So good evening and welcome back to the channel. So I've just got back from work, a little bit later than I was expecting, but anyway, never mind. So to be onwards to Albufeira and obviously to East Midlands Airport in the next few hours to obviously get the flight to Faro. So I looked on the flight radar online earlier on this afternoon just to get an idea of the route and the timing, and it showed that the plane took off from the motorway end down towards the Donington racetrack and then banked south and went down past Birmingham and obviously down to Banbury and Oxford, and then headed across towards Southampton, went down the left hand side of the Isle of Wight, so that's the Needles side, headed down over Guernsey, headed down over to the tip of France, over the Bay of Biscay, which then arrived onto the Spanish mainland, and then it dropped down the middle of Portugal on the right of Lisbon, and then got to the bottom towards the coast, and then flew directly past Albufeira and flew into Faro that way. So if it goes that way in the morning, I'll have a great view of the old town of Albufeira when we come into land. If not, we could take off towards the motorway. It all depends on the wind direction. So if we take off towards the motorway, it could go down the right hand side of the UK, in other words down towards London, down the middle of France, towards the Pyrenees, down towards Alicante, right the way down to Malaga, and fly in over Gibraltar and that way into Faro. That's another alternative route it could take. So until we're on the plane, I'm not going to know. But that's what I saw earlier this afternoon, and also the flight time. It said that the flight took off at 7:57 and landed at 17 minutes past 10. So it was near enough 25 minutes earlier than it should have landed, which was 20 to 11. So tailwind. So for 2.5 hours, it got down there in literally 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, which isn't bad. So that was just a rough idea of the route I could end up taking tomorrow when I'm on the plane. But we'll see what happens anyway. So in the next few hours, I'm obviously going to be setting out to get in the car and obviously head off for East Midlands. Because the car's booked in for around 4 in the morning. At the moment, the mileage is showing 237.1. So I reckon it's going to be about 265 on there when I get there, but I'll obviously do a video and say it anyway. So once we get there, then I'll do a video outside and inside the terminal, and obviously the first thing I need to do really is go and see a TUI rep and just inquire about this bag drop for when I go on the cruise. But if I get the bag checked in, I can still go and ask a TUI rep, but I need to make sure I do it before I go through security, because the chance of seeing a TUI rep after that will probably be 0. Unless I go to an area where there's a TUI plane, and then I can see somebody there. But I'd rather go to the actual TUI check-in area and speak to somebody directly. So that's going to be my first goal, either before a check-in or after, but definitely before I go through security. Because I don't know how busy it's going to be, but I know there's 8 flights going before mine. There's 4 Ryanairs between 6:15 and 6 o'clock. Then there's a couple of TUIs, and then there's some Jet2s, and then obviously my flight to Faro is at 7:40. So that's the plan. I've got a breakfast on board, so I'm obviously going to get through security, and I believe you do have to take your liquids out of your bags, but I'll obviously do a video when I'm there and obviously explain whether you do or you don't. I know at Birmingham I didn't have to, but East Midlands I think you still do, because they're still doing the renovation. But again, it was July when I was there, so a few more months have passed since I was there last time, so maybe there have been changes, I don't know. I'll know when I get there. But it'll be onwards to Albufeira, so I'll do a video when I leave the house, and then I'll do one when I get to the airport. But it's onwards to Albufeira and the Algarve in the morning. Hopefully it'll be better weather. It's about 20-ish degrees tomorrow, and a bit of sun. I've got my Mac packed in the little bag, so just in case of rain, but I'm hoping I get away with it. But I'm looking forward to going, because I've never been to the Algarve. So it'll be onwards to there for more videos. So please subscribe at Carlsmith25, and I'll see you guys in the next one when I'll be departing for the airport.